Welcome back into another Futbol Friday as we get you set for Lexington Sporting Club action tomorrow night against the Richmond Kickers. The tailgate begins at 5. Gates open at 5:30. First touch at 7. You can get your tickets at lexsporting.com. Coach Sam Stockley and Don Smart are here with us. I want to talk a little bit. We talked earlier this morning about the match itself. We'll get to that in a second. But a couple things for you, Stock, and for you, Don. So we had a chance to come out to the complex last week and see it for the first time. And you guys were out there with the kids. It's just kind of mind-blowing what it is.
It's amazing, and it hasn't really been sort of exposed to the public yet until we really opened up for the youth club. But you know, we were fortunate as the first team to be able to go out there and train the week before the youth club did. And it, you know, when you walk out there or when you drive up and around it, you know, to that training facility with the fields and the setup and everything, it feels like a proper football club.
Oh, sure.
More so than, you know, what we were already creating this last sort of 2.5 years, and I think the players felt it too. But no, it just goes to show the commitment from the ownership again, the buy-in, how they want to do things, how they do it right. You know, they're really taking pride in it, and rightly so, because it's going to be one of the best facilities, definitely in the state of Kentucky, but even nationally, I believe.
No question. So we've been looking at some footage and everything, and Don, for you guys, you know, it's one thing to be a part of building something, but then when you see this come together, you can actually see the vision.
Yeah. It's definitely amazing. I'm fortunate to play for a couple of clubs, and this is one of, I could say, the best club when saying is the youth levels growing up and all the facility that's getting a part of it. Because when I was growing up, I never see anything like this. So these kids have every tools now to become the best athletes or best soccer players they can be. So, you know, credit to the ownership and the organization.
What are you hoping to do with? I know what you're trying to do with the club and the men's and the women's at the elite level, but what are you trying to do with the academy as you build that as well?
It's the true foundation of who we are. We know we were very strategic in how the club started. You know, when we came in, we had a window of about 14 months before we started the men's first team. And you know, that 14 months was solely focused on how we can integrate and knit the two previous youth clubs together, how we can bring it under one umbrella, and then how we build those pathways for players that want to go professional, that players that want to go college, and also players that love the game and will use it for, you know, social activities and then go on to other things in life and hopefully always revert back to sport. And I think that's one of the things for Bill, especially one of our owners. You know, he truly believes that, you know, being in that athletic world and the disciplines it can teach you and the team and the confidence that you can get from being part of a team can really set you up for success throughout life. And that's a big thing for us, and you know, and the ownership. But yeah, for us it gives us an opportunity to provide a true pathway for these players from 7 years old right the way through into being a professional, if that's what we want to do, or collegiate, or like I said, on to something else. Sure.
Bill was telling, you know, he's obviously involved with the vision and everything. I think Stephen is the guy, Stephen Daw here, who is developing the infrastructure and everything. And I think you've just gotten started with the fall season for the academy. But if people want to come out, contact somebody, get information about the club, either now or for the future, this is a great time to do it.
Perfect time. You know, with anything, you know, people move into the area. There's, you know, we're always looking for new families. We're always looking for quality players, male and female. We're always looking for people that want to get engaged in the game. And obviously, as I mentioned, we provide all of those pathways within the youth club. And yeah, you know, we're one crest, one family, one community. That's our motto. That's what we talk about.
And let me ask you both about this along those same lines. So you guys are playing now. The UK women have opened up. The UK men opened up last night. You go over there and you see a lot of UK jerseys, but you see a lot of Lexington Sporting Club jerseys. And then earlier this week, Messi was up in Cincinnati. All that stuff has to have a residual effect. In the old line about a rising tide lifts all boats. Is that the way it is in football?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it's great. It's great for the sport of soccer, especially in America. And with Messi coming over now, everyone say he's the greatest of all time, and and the women's going to Women's World Cup, and the guys are going to the World Cup. So soccer is building in the country now, so which is great for everyone. And like you said, we go out to there's a couple of guys, they go out to the UK games, and we see people.
Oh yeah, I see them out there. Yeah,
we see people in Lexington jersey, and vice versa. We come at our games and we see people in UK jersey and stuff. So it's kind of good for the community as a whole. And like what Sam said, it's like a family thing. So we're all in the same town, so we just go and support each other, and it's better for the sport.
Okay, now bracket. Okay, so if you could Sam and Don here on their two shot. I don't mean to direct from the floor, but you see these guys. They don't look like they're a lot apart in terms of age. So I didn't
like that.
I didn't get it.
I like what you've done there.
I didn't get into this.
Some might say I might be a little bit younger on the left.
I didn't get into this last time. But you guys actually played professionally together. Tell me that story.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. So I just finished playing in Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah, in
that
Hungary.
Couldn't be for money, right?
Yeah, nah, but in Budapest it was fantastic for Ferencváros, and our club at the time was going to buy a club over in America, and they cut a long story short, we got a chance to come over to FC New York, not New York FC New York in the old USL.
Oh my God.
And that's where I came over, and that's where I met Don, and Don was a young pro then, working in, doing well, came to the club, and we would sit after training and sit during training, and we'd chat about things, and it was a big thing for me always to try and help players if I could in that change room. It was a big, I liked that role, and we used to just chat and talk. And then actually, when that club folded after the first year, we stayed in touch, and I tried to help Don and a few other players as and when I could with contacts and stuff like that, because I knew he was a great player, great character, good person, and needed a chance like someone gave me a chance. So that's really how it was.
And so, Don, do you find yourself playing that kind of role that Stock played for you now on this young team?
Most definitely. It's crazy because we joked about it. We joked about it coming in, and it's like I say, hey, now I have to play the role that you played when I was, So it's kind of great, and it's like you said, like ever since we started playing, like we never we keep in contact.
Sure.
So along the way, he helped me to be where I'm at today. Which is I appreciate everything that he does, and he keep the contacts. And it was crazy. We played a game in North Carolina where he was the commentator.
Yeah.
And then and then after the game, I hear someone Don. I turn around and Sam. He's like, I need that jersey, man. I need that
Did you really? Took the jersey off his back.
And it's like, oh man, I gave it to him. Then even with the players now, he's joking. I say, hey, the coach got my jersey. So
that's awesome.
So they say, now we know how old you are now.
So who was the better player?
Don, I'd say, Don's a good player.
Listen, it's different. We were different position and different roles.
Okay.
He had his role and I had my role. I was learning from him. Being a young pro,
that's so awesome.
Coming up, he's been in the game for a while, so the stuff that I'm doing now, there's things that I took from out of his book,
right?
Coming up, and it's just the same thing I try to teach the younger guys, So it's kind of like, it's different levels,
Of course, you got to have his book now. It wasn't electronic. It was like handwritten. It was a real book.
Notes.
Okay, so tomorrow night against Richmond, a couple of tough results against them. What about this third match?
Yeah, obviously, Darren's got a good side there. They're well established. They've been in the league since day one. Obviously, in the championship before that, they've been successful. They play a lovely style of football, and we got to be on top of our game. And we feel very confident in the minute. Obviously, last weekend was a bit of a disappointment. Well, it was a big disappointment one for us because we felt we were on a really good roll, and going down to 10 men, you think that would be easier, but actually it's not easier because they bank in and become very defensively, and they've done a fantastic job on that. We probably didn't quite have the killer or cutting edge at times that we'd seen in previous games because we scored a lot of goals, and it just goes that way. So, but no, we've got a good game plan going in tomorrow. It's going to be a game of possession. We're going to have to be brave on the ball and confident. Last time they changed their system to play against us.
That's right, they did. That's right.
Which you think a team that's established in a set system.
But you've changed your system now since that last match.
No, we were in R1. They changed it when we went to our new one, so there's that cat and mouse there, and fair play, they did well, but I think we came out of that game a little bit disappointed, feeling like we could have had 3 points there. So we'll be going into it, like I said, we're ready. We've had a great week's training. The players are confident, and we're at home, which always helps.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, fans. This weather is supposed to break. This oppressively hot weather is supposed to break sometime tonight. So tomorrow night, a great night to get out to Georgetown College's Toyota Stadium. The gates and the tailgate opens at 5. Gates open at 5:30. First touch at 7. You can get your tickets at lexsporting.com. Let's get out and support these dudes and get them back on a winning track. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being with us. Good luck tomorrow night. We'll see you there, and we'll see you next week on Futbol Friday.